Hi, this is Brandon with Precision Defensive Solutions, and we're going to talk about scanning and assessing and a little bit of range theatrics that people put into their classes, and I want to talk about why it's really not that realistic. From all my years of teaching personal protection, I see this as really kind of a bad practice, and the reason I see it as a bad practice is the way it's done. Not because it's not necessary in a real life situation, but we're not looking at the true context of what's happening when we're doing it. So I want to show you more of why I think that the way it's done and the way it should be done, and why we don't do it the way it should be done because of the risk of safety factors in that. So here we go. So the way that this is typically done is, now we're working with a inert SIRT pistol. So they normally go out and they go pew, 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 bring it in, check, check, and return to the holster. The problem I have with that is we're only checking each side. So in reality, all we're doing is breaking tunnel vision, okay? If we're getting severe tunnel vision when we're training, then there's probably a problem. It's probably a really high stress class, or somebody's really nervous about the class, and that could be a problem. That could raise safety concerns. In a real life situation though, however, if we're looking at scan and assess, we want to check all angles. So we want to check a 360 degree, okay? So if we go out and we go pow, 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 look, 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 we can't do that on a square range because we've got other students around, we got people behind us, we don't have safe direction. And we've got people who are newer to the defensive community and they don't take their finger off the trigger when they move the gun. So we need to make sure that all safety elements are met. With that said, we need to truly look at scan and assess and what that means from a real life situation. So let's move to the car. Okay, so when we look in a real life situation, if we're in a parking lot or whatever, and we're moving around cars, if we've got a threat in front of the car, we could look at this a couple of different ways. So if we're going to get in the car and we see somebody coming at us and we back up, that's one thing. But if we're in the car, that's a different element, okay? So let's get in the car. Now, if we look at where we're at, we've got the threat over here towards the right side of the car, and I know that you probably can't see it in the camera view. Now we have to look at different angles than when we look at scan and assess. So if I have to draw the gun and I'm moving out, I need to make sure that the muzzle is not covering my leg or covering my arm. When I come up behind the A-pillar, I can shoot, brace my foot, pow, 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 but how do we look around us? Now we have to make sure the muzzle is not passing the leg. Look, 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 and then move back away, okay? So let's start training within context and understanding what we're doing instead of just doing range motion and more theatrics, because if we're doing theatrics, it's not going to help us in a real life situation. Thanks and take care.